Hi students, today we're going to talk about analyzing crypto feature. I'm Yusuf Bonaparte, C. Denver Associate Professor, Director for Externals. This is my email. So when we say analyzing crypto feature, what we mean here? We mean basically four possible outcomes of a coin, a crypto. Could be a momentum, that means you buy it today and the price going up, and momentum, and tomorrow's more and more and more. Could be mean revision, that give you a return, but up and down around this mean. Could be a random walk, that means the price tomorrow has nothing to do with today's price. Or it could be a noise, just nothing, doesn't have anything, just a noise. Obviously, random walk and noise are similar, but we will explain why a little bit different in empiricals. So the goal is to understand in what state is the coin, then we can know whether to buy it or not, or at least to identify what type of coin. How we do that? Suppose Cardano has a return in period 1, if it's daily, day 1, 0.01, day 2, negative 0.03, on and on and on till 0.03, and day n, which is supposed to be. Today is the day n. Then how we could know which one of these states? Then we regress Cardano return of today equals mu plus phi multiplied by Cardano return last period plus an epsilon t that reflects an observable. So RT is Cardano return, mu and phi are parameters to estimate, and epsilon t is a residual reflect an observable. So suppose you did this model. I'm going to show you how to do it. You can get numbers for phi and numbers for mu. So what does that mean? If mu greater than 0, that means that in average, Cardano give you higher return. Crypto Cardano give you higher return. Sorry, positive return. If mu equals 0, that means in average, Cardano give you 0 return. If mu below 0, that means in average, Cardano give you negative return. So you can say, can you buy Cardano with the mu equals 0? Yes. Sometimes a coin can be a hedge against inflation. So on average, 0, but during inflation give you positive, during no inflation negative. So it could be a useful for you, not always the positive mu, and that's something we're going to do it later. We're going to show that the coin sensitivity to gold, inflation, and others, but not for this week for now. Just for now, take this, put it on the side. Now we're going to go to the feature. If phi greater than 1, we call this model. Now this, we're going to put it in the side for other classes, but we're going to focus this class is on phi, the green one. If phi greater than 1, that means we have a momentum divergence. That means the price today is going to be higher tomorrow and higher and higher and higher, going all the way up. But also can be negative. Like if phi is negative below -1, then it's going to be lower. So if the absolute value of phi is above 1, then it's a momentum. So momentum could be positive, could be negative, not always positive. If phi equal 1, that means a random one. Random one, that means the price tomorrow has nothing to do with today. If phi equals 0, that means if phi equals 0, if phi here is 0, that means Cardano equal mu plus epsilon t, which means a mean plus some noise. If it's equal 1, that means the price tomorrow equal whatever the price today plus something. The key case is when phi is between -1 and 1, but not 0. This is a key case, which is mean reversion or stationery. That means the price is within a boundary, bottom and top. Here's example of phi greater than 1, or when you see a going up all the way up. When it's between -1 and 1, that's a stationary mean revision, we call it. So it's going up, but there is a boundary up and down. If mu equals 0, if phi equals 0, then the average return for Cardano would be mu plus some white noise. Positive phi versus negative phi. Recall here, if it's -1 to 1, it's stationary. a mean revision. But what is that? What if it's positive 5, 5 equal 0.5 versus 5 equal negative 0.5? What's the difference? Both are mean stationary. But what's the difference? Here, 0.9 and 5 negative 0.9. They look the same, but with the negative, you have a more velocity and spike a lot. And here's another example, 5 or negative 5. 0.5 equal 0.5. They look the same. They converge between top, bottom, and top, but more with velocity, with a negative, less velocity. If it's positive, that's for advanced. We didn't want to go there. But what matters for us is mean reversion. As I said, when phi greater than 1, this is a momentum. So if the most recent return of the crypto is negative, then tomorrow likely to be more negative. So go short. If it's the price today is positive, return today is positive because of momentum, then tomorrow is going to be more positive. So that means go buy. And here, as we say, mean revision, and I call this gravity toward the mean. Now with the negative 5, negative 0.5, there is more spike, like more likely to go to more gravity than if phi equal 0.5, less gravity, but there's a gravity. So the homework is to pick a coin and estimate the model. This is the model. And we're gonna keep this new for a while for next other classes, but what we care is about phi and what state we have, and we have 4 states. We want to see what state we are the crypto future. So as I said, this is exercise. We're gonna go and pick a coin. I like Cardano for this class. Anyone is good, but I'm gonna use Cardano, continue with Cardano. There's no reason, I like this coin, so I wanna go with it. So Cardano, here we go. Click on it. And then the analysis is to do it at the monthly level. We need to do the model at the monthly level and the daily level. So that's a Cardano, historical data. And then we want to do daily historical prices. And then we're going to do 3 months of Cardano, the last 3 months, apply and download. Boom. So that's the daily numbers. So the return, or RT, I'm going to call it RT, well, equal in September 7 equal to it's equal to the adjusted close, or the adjusted close of today minus adjusted close of yesterday divided by adjusted close. I was thinking between a close or adjusted close, both are fine. Double click. Now that's RT, that's R1, R2, R3, RT minus 1. It will be this series, and right click with the values. So that will be RT now. And that will be RT minus 1. So you see this here and become to be here. This 2 become to be here. This going here. So RT minus 1. Now all what we need to do is estimate the model, and we're going to start with the daily. How to estimate the model? You need to go to data, and there is something called data analysis. If you didn't have data analysis, the way you go files, options. Let me do it again. You go files, options. You do add-ins. Go and check these 2 boxes. These 2 boxes. I uncheck them, but if you uncheck them, okay, this is gonna go. So if you didn't have it, all what you have to do is to go options, files, options, add-ins, and check those 2. do okay, and then data analysis comes, and then you select regression. You do okay, and then you say, what's your Y? Again, what's our Y? Our Y is RT, Cardano, and our X, RTD, RT minus 1 Cardano. So our Y. Notice I'm going to use this, the first row, I'm going to use it. And then I'm going to make sure I click in labels because I use the first row. Notice you have to have the same size, so you cannot go all the way here. So H3 to H93, I3 to I93. Okay, and these are the results. So what I was saying here, you have to delete this one before you do the analysis, but I was careful to do it. So daily, Cardano prices. So we did that also return. Here are the results, and I'm gonna analyze the results. So the first thing we're gonna look at is the R square. The R square reflects the fitness of the model, how much the model fits the data to the data. It ranges between 0, which is mean perfectly unfit, and 1 means perfectly fits, which is this, most of the time is going to be between 0 and 1, never 1 or 0. Well, in our case, it's a 0.02, it's low. So what we have here, this is our mu. This is, as we said, daily. If you want to do it monthly, multiply that by 28 or 30 days, that's fine, because you crypto trade every day. And that will be in percent, about 13% down in the past 30 days. And this is phi. And I'm going to make phi in green. Mu was in blue. And phi is in agree and equal to this. So that means phi is less. Phi is less than 1, or it's less than 0, obviously, negative. Phi is negative, less than 1, and negative. That means mean revision with more velocity, or stationary. That means there's an upper bound and lower bound with more velocity, velocity. If it was positive 0.14, then we say mean revision without the mentioned velocity. Good. Okay, we're done with the analysis for the daily. Now we're going to report the inference. At the daily, the average, again, we're talking about the last 30 days, average mean is 13.9%, negative 13.9%, and it is mean revision or stationary. And in this case, if you want to go, this is in the 4 cases that we mentioned, mean revision. This is the case. So that means it's going up and down with there is a gravity toward the mean. Good. Now we're going to do the same exercise, but monthly. So we're going to go again to Yahoo Finance. All what we're going to do is to change that to monthly and do max here. We have 5 years, apply and download, and boom. So that will be the return for Cardano at the monthly level in October and November here, October 1st. So the return equal what close there minus the close here divided by the close previous at the beginning of the month. So that's the close in the end of the month, close of the beginning of the month divided by the beginning of the month. RT equal PT minus PT minus 1 divided by PT minus 1. That's the way we do the return. So, and then you do again, you take copy and you do the RT minus 1 and you do values again, and that will be the RT, that will be the RT minus 1. And we need to go back to the end of the sample to make sure to delete these observations. Boom, we're done. All what we need is to run the regression and gather the inference. We go again to data analysis, regression, okay. Y, this is our Y. Because we include the first row, we're gonna keep the label X. This is our X. You do okay, boom, we got the results. This is Cardano price monthly. And from here we get the return. This is results monthly. Now, first thing is R square. Notice the R square here is 0.909, but in the daily, it was 0.02. So in the monthly, usually the R square is higher. The model fits better than the daily. The daily is more random walk, but the monthly, as we're going to see now, is different. So the first thing we're going to take care of mu. If I am not wrong, I did that in blue, I guess. Mu equals at the monthly level this multiplied by 12 because the year is that would be annual level. Now mu at monthly will be this, and if you want to have in percentage, it will be 9%, 0.04, I guess, 0.03. So that's a mu. The phi is equal, obviously, to 0.28. So that means also below one, the phi is below 1 and up and positive. That means mean revision with less less velocity. So on average, this is a bigger sample here, 5 years we took here. So in general, so that means it's also mean revision with higher return. So the inference, the average is about 9.03% monthly. And it is mean revision with less velocity. Mean revision stationery. less velocity, high velocity with high velocity. Good. So that's so the inference now that now we know Cardano from all the 4 states. Cardano is, revision. That's it. It's not a momentum, it's not a random walk, it's not a noise, it's just mean revision. So what does that mean? That means if the return went down, most likely it's going to go up again. There is a gravity. If mu is positive, then if you are a daily trader, your mean is negative. So if it was a little bit positive, that most likely to go down. So you have to sell. But if you are a monthly trader, not day by day, then the mean is average. And if it's a price going down, then most likely go back again to match with the mean return. So what's the key inference of this exercise? The key inference, we analyze the crypto. What type of it? Momentum, so it going all the way up or go all the way down, or mean revision, it's give you 9%, but with some volatility, and this is between these two, or random walk. Tomorrow price to do has nothing with today, or just noise. Now, also we found that in the daily model, this model at the daily, the R squared is small, but in the monthly is higher. So the more you aggregate the data, the more the model fits the data. That's pretty much. Your homework is just to pick a coin. Just pick a coin of your interest. Do the analysis, mean revision or momentum or random walk or noise. And then what's your trading strategy for that? What would you recommend, to buy it or to sell it? That's it. And then you have a list of coins here. You can click on that and get the list of coins. That's pretty much all what I wanted to do for today. Thank you so much, and see you next time.